This morning we are in Stone Mountain, Georgia for an estate sale, and my husband agreed to join me today because it's my birthday. I am 50 years old today, so that means I'm half an antique now. And he said he was disappointed that we weren't going to Smoke Rise, which is where we often go for our estate sale adventures, because it's just such a nice area. But honestly, there's one there too, so we can definitely go to one in Smoke Rise as well today. We'll just see how this one goes first. It's not going to be a sale day, it's the first day, but I just really loved several of the photos that I saw, and just really loved the way that color was used in the decor in this house. Let's head inside and see if we can find anything to help me restock my antique booth. Maybe a little present for myself, who knows, we'll see. Here's the house. It's a little bit strange because there was no signs, but I do have an email, so we're gonna go ahead and assume that this is the right house. Whoa, this is cool. Oh my gosh. Teapot's $2. This is wonderful. Look at everything is priced. My little heart is happy. Okay. I'm probably gonna get this one. Wow, you guys, this is amazing. This sale. That's a vintage Chinese vase. Teapot. Oh my gosh. Pink Pyrex for 10. Pier 1, okay. Gosh, those are cute. Oopsie. Those two. I'm a sucker for punishment. I'm gonna have to take a closer look up there. Hello, guys. You guys are just judging us. We got you. Whoa. Ooh. What is this? Curtains, maybe? Oh wow. Fabric. This is cool. Oh, it's adorable. Don't need it, but I like it. For one thing, it's hot in here. This house is very, very stuffy, but it's okay. We took our allergy medicine today, just in case. The last estate sale I went to had an allergy attack when I came out of it, but this house doesn't seem like it has the same problem. It's just warm in here. Everything in this house is just bright and cheerful. I noticed it in the photos. Look at this old heating pad. I like retro fabrics like that. I also like old 1980s soaps. but they don't sell. I mean, at least the ones I have. Oh, hello. Whew, it's hot. At least the ones I have in my booth don't sell. Vintage clothing out here. Yeah, Globe. Those are kind of a tough sell in the store. It's a Corningware pot. No design though. Oh, darn. Gosh, they had a lot of stuff. I like this lamp. Mid-century, only $10. And I like this little guy. I think I'm gonna get him. Clothing, $1. Maybe I will get this coat, this jacket for $1. I like it. Looks like it was dry cleaned and then not worn again. This is probably gonna be too small for me in the shoulders because these shoulders are so much broader than your average vintage ladies were. Yeah. It does actually fit.
It fits.
Does it look good?
Yeah, it's nice.
If it's only $1, I'm getting it.
It's nice.
Okay.
Turn around, make sure there's no stains.
No
No,
buttons missing, right?
no, it looks good.
Okay. Yeah. My little walrus. Look at this though.
Aw.
Isn't that beautiful? Vintage threads.
The person who lived here had lots and lots of clothes.
Yes, shorts. Way too small for me, but they're cute. Look at this beautiful dresser. $110. Made by John Whitcomb Company, Grand Rapids, Michigan. Well, no wonder I like it. American made, Michigan made, antique furniture or vintage. I'm not sure, but it sure is pretty. Alright, that was truly a picker's paradise, and the air conditioning in the house either didn't work or wasn't on. It was just very hot in there, really flushed, and my husband had to leave. He said he needed some air. I think the garage just kind of did him in because I thought it smelled like pool chemicals in there, but he said it was fertilizer. So anyway, in addition to the white jacket for myself, I found a Banana Republic sweater for myself. Way too hot to even look at a sweater right now, but I looked. When I get back to the house, I will spread out everything, show you exactly what we bought today, and how much we paid for it, how much we expect to be able to price it for in the antique booth. Alright, I'm back at home now, surrounded by my estate sale haul. So first of all, we picked up this little ashtray with the twin towers on it. My husband saw this and he liked it. So it's clearly vintage because the twin towers still existed. I think these are fairly common, and they are just like souvenir pieces that you could get if you visited the twin towers in New York City. This was $6, and I think that we're going to actually keep this. I think it's just interesting, and that as it gets older, maybe it will become less common and more valuable. So I'm probably not going to put that in the booth. Next was the the Cherries Teapot by Oneida, and this was $2. They actually had a sign that said small, medium, large teapots. I think it was $2, $4, $8. And both of the teapots that I got were considered small teapots. I'm using eBay sold listings to give you the most accurate information that I can on what I should price these for, and also so for my customers. So according to eBay sold, I should be able to get $18 for this in the antique booth. Then the blue and white teapot is unmarked, but it's really pretty, in nice condition with a bamboo handle. Perfect for your teapot collecting type of customer. It was also $2, and eBay solds are suggesting that I should price this at $14 in the booth. The Pier 1 salt and pepper shakers were $6 for the set, and when I took them to the register, the cashier said, I don't know why someone put $6 on them. And I was like, I don't either, considering that they were only $3 when they sold at Pier 1 originally. So she gave these to me for $3. They are just adorable, very clean. I won't have to do anything to them. Even the stopper is clean. A lot of times the one for the pepper, the stopper will be, you know, discolored, but it looks like these were never used. Original price tag on them. These should sell for $12 to $14 in the booth. Salt and pepper shakers always do well. All right, the white summery jacket I've already put in the wash, but I also got something that you haven't seen yet, and it is a Banana Republic sweater. This is also for me. It was $1. It's a really high quality sweater. It looks like someone had planned on altering it to remove the cowl neck because it has this crayon or whatever. I hope that comes off in the wash. I don't know because I don't do any alterations, but isn't this one of those like pieces of chalky crayon stuff that you write on when you are sewing? I want it to have the cowl neck, so I'm hoping that it comes out in the wash. If it doesn't, it was only $1. It's too hot to try it on, but it's my size, so I was excited about this, and I can't wait until it's cool enough to actually wear that. Fall in Georgia is like my favorite time of year. It's absolutely beautiful. All right, I found a set of egg holders for soft-boiled eggs. People actually like these. I did pay $5 for the whole set. I checked them all very carefully, and the reason that I liked them was the colors. I was just really drawn to all of the colors in the photos of this estate sale. People tend to like these, and I think that they will sell for $5 a piece. I'm just going to price them all separately in the booth and just give them a hand wash. They're super cute. All right, I found this as I was checking out as well. Betsy and the Circus by Carolyn Haywood. This is an example of something where if you sold online, you could get more for something like this. eBay solds are suggesting that this should sell for $26 online, but no one is going to pay $26 for a book in our antique store. I will put $12 to $14 on this, and it should sell for that. I'm being picky about how many books I buy because I don't have a good way to display books, and I never have, really. So I have to be careful about how many I buy, but this was special, and I really wanted it. I paid $3 for it. And my little hippo. Apparently this is special, and I had no idea. When I picked him up, I did look underneath, and I noticed that there was a stamp, but I couldn't quite make out what the stamp was. It's almost like the person who did the stamp applied enough pressure at this end, but then didn't apply enough pressure at this end to make the stamp set properly. This little guy is from the Metropolitan Museum of New York, and he's really popular. Apparently his name is William the Hippo. These are selling on eBay for around $35. I had no idea. I paid $4 for him. If I put $35 on him in the booth, I imagine it would sit there for a couple of years at that price. But I will probably put $32 on this and see what happens. If a customer was to put this in Google Lens, they would see that there's one for sale right now on Etsy for $45 plus shipping. So there you have it. This cute little guy is actually something quite special. And finally, this lovely piece. I did pay a little more for this. I paid $10 for this, but just look at how pretty it is. Again, it just looks like it was never even used. Now, it's unique, so I couldn't really find anything quite like this on eBay solds. The ones I was pulling up only had two sides. I paid $10 for it, and so I'm going to put $32 on this and see what happens. I think it will sell for that. All right, so that was the haul. Next we have a viewer question and comment section, and then we have pet outtakes brought to you again by Frank, the former foster of ours, the Siamese boy. So first we will do viewer comments and questions. The first comment comes from New Life at Last. This was on my last video where I talked about one of the things that was trending right now, at least for us in our store, was vintage photographs. And in the video I showed this old photo album that belonged to my grandmother. For one thing, I'm in love with the cover on this thing. It has the black pages. Someone told me that it would be a good idea to replace them with acid-free pages. And they're basically like construction paper. But this is a picture of my grandmother. This one right here. And then I believe that this is my great-grandmother, although I'm not sure. And the question was, Julie, are you sure that was your grandmother who was born in 1892, not your great-grandmother? I'm 74 and my grandmother was born in 1893. My mom was born in 1925 and I was born in 1951. I was just wondering, maybe it was your great-grandmother. So the answer is that this is definitely my grandmother, but the reason why it's strange is because our family is just an outlier. So my grandmother was born in 1892 and her only child, my dad, was born in 1927. So she was 35 years old when she had her only child, and I believe that she was older when she got married to my grandfather. He died before I was born. So 35 years old, having your first baby in 1927 was definitely considered an advanced age mother and was probably considered fairly risky. And you just hope for the best because they didn't have like ultrasound and all the testing and things that we have now. So I was born in 1976 when my dad was 48 years old, which is also an outlier. He was a much older dad, and my mom was 39. So both of my parents were married prior to marrying each other, and so I actually have a half sister and a half brother from my parents' first marriages. So I was the only child in their marriage to each other. So like I said, when I was born, my dad was 48. He passed away in 2011. He was 83 years old. My grandmother passed away in 1985 and she was 93 years old. So the math adds up. She was truly born in 1892 in Detroit, Michigan, and that's where this photo is taken. They're standing in front of a garage is what it looks like. So that's where they are in this photo. The next one is a viewer comment from Emily Martins, and she says, I ain't really been enjoying your videos, Jules. Just for the record, you do have ads in your videos. I don't know if this is automatically happening. I personally support ads on videos and have no issue with it because you're taking time out of your day. I guess she meant to say you might as well make a little money on it. My 2 cents. But just so you know, they are running. I do want to talk about the word ain't in this comment. But I want to address first what she is responding to. This was on one of my videos where I pointed out that I was trying to supplement my antique booth income, which is not very much. Most of us who are doing this are not getting rich having an antique booth or a vintage booth, whatever you want to call it. But that I was hoping to make enough money on YouTube AdSense to be able to meaningfully supplement my income from the antique store. And so in the video I mentioned that that was the reason why I'm choosing not to do ad sponsorships. An ad sponsorship is different than an ad. So everyone sees YouTube ads from major advertisers like Petco or Chewy or JCPenney's or Macy's or whatever the big company is. You're going to see those ads unless you pay YouTube for a subscription. I pay YouTube $10 a month. It's called Premium Lite. And I don't watch YouTube ads anymore. I almost exclusively watch YouTube. When I turn on my TV, I go to YouTube and watch. And I pay $10 a month so that I don't have to watch ads anymore. Ad sponsorships, what that means is where, okay, you might have seen this. You're watching a video, a cooking show video, and all of a sudden there's a cut and there's the YouTube creator is actually doing a commercial for a company that sells cutting boards or knives or something like that. And then they're like, okay, today's video is sponsored by Cutco Knives Company. And then they do like a short snippet of a commercial right in the middle of their video, you know, right in the middle of their cooking show video about Cutco knives or cutting boards or whatever the commercial is about. That's what I meant. I am not doing that. I don't really want to do that. I don't want you to have to watch a commercial, you know, about a mattress in the middle of a video where I'm like showing you my latest thrift haul. That's what I don't really want to do. I suppose I would do one if the company was offering to pay enough and if it was something that was directly related to my channel. I did have one email that came from a company that sells beautiful English china, and it looked legit and the china was beautiful. I looked at their website, but it was very, very expensive to buy it new. And that's not really what the purpose of this channel is. The purpose of this channel is about finding these vintage treasures for a fraction of what they would have cost new, if that makes any sense. And it's about finding the deals. It's about finding the amazing undervalued thing in a thrift store. It's about finding something like this for, you know, $1, say, and then looking and seeing that you could sell it for $26 on Etsy. So anyway, that is in response to Emily Martin's comment. And the word ain't makes me cringe a little bit in the first sentence, but did you know that ain't is a word? It is the contraction for am not. So instead of saying I am not happy today, the contraction for am not is ain't. It really is a word. I ain't happy today is actually grammatically correct, but it's informal and it's not to be used in professional writing. So if you didn't know that, now you learned something new, is that ain't is actually a word. Have you ever heard that saying, don't use ain't because ain't a word? Well, ain't is actually a word. I learned it in graduate school because I was getting a master's in secondary education, English education, to teach language arts basically with a master's. And it was in my advanced grammar class. In graduate school, we learned that it was a colloquialism and it was actually the proper contraction for am not. Interesting. All right, well, thank you so much for watching today. I try to respond to all comments, and even if it's just with a heart or something like that, but also feel free to leave your questions and comments because I do like to pick specific ones and address them in a video when I can. Today's pet outtakes are brought to you by Frank. His mom did come pick him up yesterday. We were pet sitting him for about a week and a half while they moved, and so this is a video of him right before he had to go home. We love Frank so much and we miss him so much. We would have adopted him ourselves, but our other male cat, Bowen, just really does not like other males, and it just created a lot of stress and conflict. But it seems like now Bowen understands that Frank comes sometimes, but then he goes back home, and that seems to be a whole lot better. Well, if you enjoy this type of content, please subscribe to the channel. It is completely free to subscribe to someone's YouTube channel, but only subscribe if you truly would like to see future videos from me. Thanks again for watching, and as always, I look forward to seeing you again in the next video.
Frank. Look at his little Dracula fangs. What are you doing there, buddy?
Bear's like, wait, somebody's getting attention other than me. Look at his teeth.
Oh, my buddy, I'm gonna miss you.
I'm gonna miss you. I think he's ready to go home.
What?